I actually had to kick someone out of a committee room one time. It was an abortion bill, and anytime you're dealing with that issue, it's very combustible. And the main thing I do as chair is to make sure, even though I have a perspective and I want that bill to get...
So for me, I think that we need to do a complete transition.
It's just plain common sense.
Jesus Rose, a parking lot won't ramen.
Difference of opinion, leading from the front versus leading from behind.
That's exactly what it is. I choose just to tell people the truth when I have facts.
Last time I was here, Judge Smith, you remember that? Yeah. So thankfully you won't be seeing pictures of me in spandex. But I was elected the same day Governor DeSantis was elected. And I think about that a lot, all we've accomplished over the past 6 years.
Oh, hell.
Oh, hell, DeSantis. Oh, hell, DeSantis.
But I thought it may be instructive for you all to hear from my perspective as to a couple bills that I sponsored this session and how it made its way through the legislative process. So in my career, I think this is probably my 9th special session. So I was talking to Mom. Anyone thinks that this is just a 60-day job is kidding themselves. I don't know if y'all have heard of Byron Donalds. He's a representative down in Naples, and this is going to my bill presentation I'm going to talk to you about. So Byron, I know Byron very well, and I would love for him to be speaker, by the way. He had a bill that would raise the felony threshold for retail theft. And that kind of bothered me as a son of a retailer. But Byron was pitching this as criminal justice reform, and so I was ignoring him. I'm like, if I don't look at him, if I don't come around, maybe he won't notice me. And so I'm sitting in the House chambers, and I'm just trying to mind my business, and I see him, and he's standing over me. He's like, Robinson, I need your attention. So I stand up, and Byron's a big guy. And he makes his whole pitch about his bill, and he's like, will you be with me? And I said, well, Byron, I just can't get there. I can't get there. My family owns retail companies, and I've personally seen people run out of my dad's store, my brother's store, stealing stuff. So I just can't do it. I really need your vote. Really need your vote. And there's another representative, Bob Rommel, standing right next to me. And I finally looked at Byron, and I said, you really need my vote? And he said, I do. I said, you got my vote. And Bob said, that was a great decision, Will. And I say that as an example because not all your votes are in a vacuum. People always assume you go up there and you're going to vote. But there's people, there's issues, there's ideas, there's compromise. And that was an example of me listening to the member, hearing their pitch, knowing that I would need Byron on something else down the road, which I asked for him, and he said yes. So that's part of the give and take of the legislature.